Okay, so all of you put this side heading Newton-Raphson method. Newton-Raphson method. This is the fourth and last root finding method according to your syllabus. Okay. So what is our objective? Our objective is to find out. So given f of x equal to 0 is an algebraic or transcendental equation. Okay, so we want to find out a real root of the equation f of x equal to 0. Okay, so in the bisection method we did it by interval halving method. Okay, and in false position method we did it by method of cards. Okay, and in iteration method we did it by finding the fixed point. Okay, so in this Newton-Raphson method, how we are going to find out the sequence of approximations. Okay, so assume that so you have a function f of x, okay, which is having a graph like this. So let us say this is the graph of the function. Okay, so that means to say that the curve is crossing the x-axis at this point. That means x equal to 0 is a 0 of the x equal to c is a 0 of the function f of x, or x equal to c is a root of the equation f of x equal to 0, which is a real root. Okay, so then let me draw in a somewhat. Okay, so I'm just trying once again. Okay, so the graph I want to flatten somewhat. I want to flatten the graph like this. Okay, so let us say this is the graph of the function. So y equal to f of x graph crossing the x-axis at this point. Let us say c. This is where the exact root lies for the equation f of x equal to 0. Okay, so this is x-axis, this is y-axis. Okay, so what you do, you start with some initial approximation which is sufficiently closer to c. So what is sufficiently closer to c, I will tell you. So you start with some value which is nearer to c. Let us say x naught. Let us say x naught. Okay, so like iteration method. Okay, Newton-Raphson method also will start with some initial guess as x naught. Okay, so what is this point called? When this is x naught, what is the point on this curve? This curve, what is that point on this curve called? What is this point called? X naught comma f of x naught. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Now at this point what you do, you draw the tangent to the curve. You draw the tangent to the curve and see where the tangent is crossing the x-axis. That is going to be your next approximation. That is going to be your next approximation. Okay, so draw a tangent to the curve. Draw a tangent to the curve at the point x naught comma f of x naught. I think better to draw it hand. Okay, something like this. See where this line is, where this tangent is crossing the x-axis. Okay, so that point of intersection of the tangent with x-axis is going to be your next approximation. So this is x1. Now again you identify the point on the curve which is x1 comma f of x1, and at that point again you draw the tangent to the curve. See where this tangent is crossing the x-axis. Okay, so that is going to be the next approximation. So this is x2, x2, and so on. Okay, so as you increase the number of iterations, the sequence of approximations will converge to the actual root. Okay, so this is x0, x1, x2. Again, if you at this point if you draw the tangent, that is almost closer to C. Okay, so that means the rate of convergence in Newton-Raphson method is very fast. Okay, so that means the number of iterations that it will take to reach to the desired level of accuracy is much faster than the other methods. Okay, that is what that is what is called as rate of convergence. Okay, so smaller the lesser the number of iterations, faster the rate of convergence. Okay, so how do you find out the formula for the sequence of approximations here? Can you tell me? You need to find out the tangent equation, equation of the tangent to the curve at the point xn comma f of xn, right? So how do you do it? So if you want using x0 f of x0, if you draw a tangent, you will be getting x1. Using x1 f of x1, if you are drawing the tangent, you will be getting x2. Okay, so at xn f of xn, if you are drawing the tangent making the point of intersection with x-axis, that point of intersection we call it as xn plus 1, right? Using x0 you are getting x1, using x1 you are getting x2, and so on. Using xn you will be getting xn plus 1, right? So how do you write down the equation? Okay, so the equation of the tangent, to the curve, okay, y equal to f of x, at the point xn comma f of xn comma f of x. I'm considering a general point. Okay, is given by can you tell me the formula? What is the point slope formula?
Y
Right.
minus f of xn.
Y minus f of xn is equals to
M into
into
x minus xn.
how do you find out how do you find out slope of the
Differentiate
tangent?
the curve at the point xn comma f of xn, sir.
That means what? Y minus f of xn is equals to
dy by
y equal to f of x. If I want the slope, dy by dx at x equal to xn. That is nothing but f dash of xn only, no? Do you
yes,
agree?
sir.
So this is nothing but f dash of xn into x minus xn. Okay. Now what we want? We want x value. We want the x value when y equal to 0, because we want to find out the point of intersection of the tangent with x-axis. Okay. So y equal to 0 implies so what is x minus x1? X minus xn. This is xn. Sorry, this is xn. So x minus xn is equal to okay. I'll write one more step. When y equal to 0, this is minus f of xn is equals to minus f of xn is equals to f dash of xn into x minus xn. This implies that x minus xn is equals to minus f of xn by f dash of xn. This implies that x is equals to xn minus f of xn by f dash of xn. Okay, this we are calling it as cn plus 1, sorry, xn plus 1. This we are calling it as xn plus 1 equal to xn minus f of xn by f dash of xn, right? And what are n values? N is starting from 0, 1, 2 and so on. Okay, so this is the Newton-Raphson formula to find out the sequence of approximations. Okay, note down. So this is the Newton-Raphson iteration formula to find out the sequence of approximations to a real root of the equation. Did you draw the graph? Okay, I think you can draw better than me. Okay, so draw the graph neatly and write down the tangent equation. Then put y equal to 0, solve for x, call it as xn plus 1. Okay, so shall I proceed?
Yes.
Okay, so write a note. So there are some failure cases like iteration method also in Newton-Raphson method. Okay, so x naught must be sufficiently closer to the root. Okay, if your initial approximation is not a good initial approximation, then your sequence may diverge. Okay, so x naught, okay, the initial approximation must be uh, nearer to the exact root. But how do we know whether this is nearer to the exact root? Because we don't know where is the root. Because we don't know the root, we are trying to find out an approximate root. And you are asking me to find out x naught such that it has to be nearer. So how do you tackle this? See, tell me.
Sir, using interval we can do that, sir.
Okay, if you say an interval, but I don't know, suppose if I say the root lies between 2 to 10. Yeah, so interval, that technique will be useful to identify the location of the root in which interval the root lies. That will be helpful. That technique will be helpful. And see, suppose if your f of x naught is let us say 3.782, do you think that x naught is nearer to C? Huh? Or f of x naught is 0.6782. Okay, in between these two cases, in which case you say x naught is nearer to C? between these two?
Is it 0.6782, sir?
Why? Because
Sir, it's approaching the very small value now, sir.
yeah. Then what?
So it will be having less errors, no, sir.
How can you say that?
Sir,
See,
between any two quantities, like suppose if we find out the difference, initially it can be maximum, sir. By further iterations, we'll be getting the approximate value.
see, I said C is the exact root, right? When x equal to C is the root, then what is f of C value? Identically equal to 0. Therefore, when x naught is nearer to C, then f of x naught must be nearer to f of C, no? What is f of C? 0. Therefore, the functional value, if the magnitude of the functional value is nearer to 0, that means your approximation is nearer to the root. That is what I said. So this functional value, magnitude of the functional value itself is an indication that whether your root is really nearer to the exact root, your initial approximation is nearer to the exact root or not. Do you agree? So when you find out x naught by trial and error method, you keep on guessing few values and see observe the functional values. Okay, you take x naught as an initial approximation. If it is magnitude is in between -1 to 1, if okay, if it is less than 1, okay, then you take x naught as an initial approximation. Definitely that will lead to a convergent sequence. Is that clear? Okay, so give x naught equal to 2, you are getting 1.3 something. Okay, instead of 2 you give x naught equal to 1.5, you are getting 0.5 something. Then you take x naught equal to 0.5 instead of x naught equal to 2. Okay, is that point clear to all of you? Okay, shall I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Next, when this formula won't work, when f dash of xn is 0, if the derivative is 0 at any point, or if the derivative is almost 0 also, you may not get the convergent sequence. Okay, so f dash of xn, okay, should not be 0 or too small. Okay, I'm talking about the denominator derivative. So if that is the case, you may not get the convergent sequence. Okay, so the formula, the method fails to apply when the derivative is 0. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now we'll see some problems. Okay, so whatever the problem we have, let us say shall we take that x minus sin x equal to 0 with the starting initial approximation as 2. We took almost 22 iterations. No. Okay, so let us see how many iterations it will take for us. Okay, shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
so write down. Okay, so find an approximate root of x minus sin x, x minus sin x equal to 0 by Newton-Raphson method, correct corrected to 4 decimals. Corrected to 4 decimals with x not equal to 2. With x not equal to 2. I don't guarantee that this will lead us a convergent sequence. I don't know, because if your initial approximation is not a good approximation, you may not get a convergent sequence. Okay, I just wanted to try with this. Okay, if this x naught, if you are getting divergent sequence, then you have to change the value of x naught. Instead of 2, you may have to take some other value. Do you understand? Okay, so solution, let us try. Okay, so what is the given equation? Given that x minus sin x equal to 0. Now how many number of decimals you have to fix in your calculator? Can you please tell me?
5.
5. You should fix the number of decimals to at least 5, because 4 decimal place of accuracy is asked. Okay, for all problems in your numerical methods, okay, fix the number of decimals at least to 5, because it is a very fast method. You will get the convergence rapidly. So that's why you fix the number of decimals to 5 in your calculator. For that, you press shift mode, select number 6, fix the number of decimals to 5, and also clear your memory. If you have any value stored previously in a variable, clear all your memory. Okay, so you consider this is in the form f of x equal to 0. So you consider f of x equal to x minus sin x. Okay, now find out the derivative. What is the derivative? F dash of x is equals to 1 minus cos x. 1 minus cos x. Okay, now also fix the angle into radians. Okay, make sure that your angle is in the radians. Press shift mode, select option 4 for radians. Did you set your angle in radians?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so apply Newton-Raphson method. Apply Newton-Raphson method. Always write down the general formula first, and then substitute the values. Xn plus 1 is equal to xn minus f of xn by f dash of xn. N equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Okay. So this implies that xn plus 1 is equals to xn minus f sin f of xn means what? Xn minus sin xn by f dash of xn means 1 minus cos xn. Okay, now find out x naught, x1, x2 and so on. So x1 equal to x naught minus, sorry, if you want you can simplify this. Okay, otherwise simplify చేయండి. Can you simplify this and so that it may be easier? So what is that simplification? Xn minus xn cos xn minus xn plus sin xn by 1 minus cos xn. So these two gets cancelled. So what is this simplification? Sin xn minus xn cos xn by 1 minus cos xn. Okay, so that is the formula for xn plus 1. You may do like this. and find out x1, x2 and so on. Okay, so what is x1? x1 equal to sine 2 minus 2 cos 2 by 1 minus cos 2. How do you write in calci? Calculator lo put a bracket. Okay, where is my cursor? Okay, so calculator you input like this, put a bracket, sine of 2 minus 2 star cos 2 divided by 1 minus cos of 2 bracket. Am I right? That is how you have to input the values in the calculator. What is that value you got?
1.22981, sir.
1.2.
Okay, 1.22981. You store this value in the variable a, so that for the next iteration it may be easy to do the calculations like this: sine a minus a cos a divided by 1 minus cos a. In that way it will be easier. Instead of writing every time the decimal values, you store this value in the variable a and do the subsequent calculations. Okay, so what is x2? x2 is sine x1 minus x1 sine x1 cos x1 cos x1 by 1 minus cos x1. What is that value?
Zero 0.79803.
0.79803. Find out x3 sine x2. Again store this value in the same variable a. Update the value of the variable. Sine x2 minus x2 cos x2 by 1 minus cos x2. What was the value? Are you there? Hello?
Yes, sir.
What is that value? x3?
0.52624, sir.
562.
No, sir. 0.52624.
52624.
Yes, sir.
Hope all of you are getting the same values, x1, x2, x3.
Zero point 34919, sir.
x5. Let us do up to 2 decimal place of accuracy so that we'll have comparison with the iteration method problem. Let's see whether we will get 2 decimal places. I think next iteration will get you. What was x5? Still doing?
0.23232, sir.
2, 3, huh? You got 2, 3?
Yes, sir.
That means is it converging to 0 or what? 0.23.
232, sir.
Let me check. 1 second. Zero point 34919. Let me store it to A. Okay. And I want to sign A minus A Gaussian. Divided by 1 minus Gaussian. Zero point 23232 you are getting, right? Proceed further. Let's see. See, this method will give you a root. Okay, to which root this sequence is converging? Is it converging to the same root as we got in the Newton-Raphson method, or are we getting the some other root? We can't show. What about x6?
0.15474.
15474. I think it is converging to 0. x7.
0.10312, sir.
10312. x8. Hmm?
0.06872, sir. x9.
0.04582.
04.
582.
58. Let us start with the 2 decimal place of factorization. I think x11 by x11 you should be able to get the desired level.
X10 is equal to 0.03055.
0.0
3055. 3055.
I think it keeps on going. 03, 02, 01, then only you will get 00. Am I right? 02, 01, 00. I think 3 more iterations or what? At least 3 iterations.
Sir, X11 0.0207.
Yes. That is what expected. 0207. One more digit.
37, sir. 0.02037.
37.
Zero point 01358, sir.
Yes. Each one of you do the calculations. Don't just copy the values.
Zero point 00905, sir. Zero point 00603, sir.
Okay. So two decimals are equal in two consecutive approximations. We shall stop the iteration process. Let us change it to two decimals. Okay. For this problem. Okay. And you can see when you substitute 0, 0 minus sine 0 is 0. So x equal to 0 is a root. And the sequence of approximations are actually converging to 0. Okay, so there are two roots. There is another root 0.3 something, as we have seen that earlier. 0.3 something is also another approximate root. Okay, but the sequence is converging towards 0 in this method. Okay. Corrected to two decimals. That means we can guarantee that these two decimals will be there in the exact root. The remaining decimals we are not sure. Okay, so just quickly take the one more problem, x minus. Shall I go to the next page?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we did one problem in false position method, x log x to the base 10 equal to 2. What is that equation? Can you recall? Take that equation. Find an approximate root of
x log x minus 2 equal to 0.
Okay. Yeah. So take that equation. Find an approximate root of x log x to the base 10. Okay. Minus 2 equal to 0. For that equation, which interval the root lies? In which interval the root lies? I think the root lies in the interval 3 to 4, no?
Yes, sir.
So, right. So, second problem, you take x log x to the base 10 minus 2 equal to 0. Okay. So, assume that f of x equal to x log x to the base 10 minus 2. What is f dash of x? Can you tell me? What is the derivative of this function?
1 minus log x.
You can write this as x into log x to the base e by log 10 to the base e, right? Minus 2. Am I right? So if so 1 by log 10 to the base e is constant. Okay, so 1 by ln10 is constant. Apply the derivative of x log x. Okay, so what is the derivative? Ln x plus x into 1 by x minus derivative of 2 is 0. Do you agree or not? So this is 1 plus ln x divided by log 10 divided by log 10. Okay, is that fine?
Yes, sir.
And we know f of 3 into f of 4 less than 0 and f of x is continuous on 3 to 4, open and closed interval 3 to 4. Okay, therefore f of x equal to 0 has a root in the interval 3 to 4. Okay, so shall we start with midpoint? Let us take x naught equal to 3.5. Just compute what is f of 3.5. If it is 0 point something, we can take. What is f of x naught value? Please tell me. Use LOG button. That means 3.5 into log 3.5 to the base 10 minus 2.
Minus 0.09576, sir.
0.09576. So magnitude is less than 1. Okay. So it is fine. Similarly, find out f dash of x naught. Find out f dash of x naught. Okay. For this you have to use ln button. For this you have to use ln button, and here also you have to use ln button. See here. Okay. For this you will be using LOG button, but for this you are for f dash of x you will be using ln button. Am I clear to all of you? In the derivative you have natural logarithm is there. Okay. So what is f dash of x naught?
0.97836.
Did you use ln button only?
Yes, sir.
So what is x1? X1 formula is x naught minus f of x naught by f dash of x naught. Okay. So x naught is 3.5 minus f of x naught ante minus 0.09576 divided by 0.97836. Compute this value. Minus of minus, it will be plus. What was that value? Can you say it quickly? Are you there? 0.09576 divided by 0.97836 plus 3.5 3.59788. Okay. So like this you please find out subsequent approximations x2, x3 and so on. You stop the process when you get 4 decimal place of accuracy. From this problem onwards, all problems is going to be for 4 decimal place of accuracy only. Is that okay?
Yes.
Will you complete this problem?
Yes, sir.
All of you please do this and complete it. So I'm ending the meeting. Okay. So we'll do some more problems on Newton-Raphson method in the next class. This is very important in examination point of view also. Okay.